Pads on?
Oh yeah, of course. That's kind of why we all play football. Just go out there, have fun, full pad, get a little contact going, get some heads bang, a little headache. Got the hot sun out there. A lot of people sweat, but that's how football is made.
How confident are you this year in your role?
Very confident. I mean, I've been here for 2 years, 1 year in this system, so I feel like I developed the skills of a vet wide receiver at a young age. So I feel like this year I do pretty good. I'm getting used to the speed of the game, so I go out there and do my thing.
Coach McDonald kind of talked about your progression from like a guy who primarily blocked as a freshman to a bigger role. Like, how would you kind of evaluate those first 2 years and how they help maybe pay for this?
I say I came in as a freshman, just wanting to get on the field. So I just told him I honestly do anything that I could to get on the field. And he said just go out there and block. He'll see what I could do, see if I was a physical route receiver. I went out there and did that. He helped me develop, become a better route receiver, running routes, teaching me different techniques to get open. So I feel like this year, I'm gonna use everything I learned my first 2 years and have a great year this year.
What do you think of where this receiving room is, bringing 3 starters back, and they've added a lot of talent recruiting? What do you think you guys are?
I say we have a very, very deep receiving room with a lot of players that got a lot of different skill sets. Just having us 3 returning, just knowing that we got younger guys that know what they're doing, they can go out there and play at a fast pace. Just gives us the key. Just go out there and play fast every play, make big plays, and come to the sideline knowing that we have somebody to back us up that'll go out there and do the exact same thing that we doing.
How's the connection with Luke going?
Great. We started off in the spring. It was a little slow just getting used to the process of the offense and all that. But now I feel like it's just like a X's and O's playing tic-tac-toe. It's really that easy. I know if you come out there and practice, you can actually see how easy it's gotten. He's understanding the playbook, understanding the plays, and us as receivers, we actually understand the plays. This being our second year in this offense, so we know how to maneuver during different routes, know which routes we run and when we get in the ball, who's the primary receiver, and what concept.
What stands out to you about his ability and what he does best?
I say he does a great job. He also can use his legs, but he does a great job just giving us 50-50 chance balls, just getting the ball to us and letting us make the play.
Seems like stretching the field a little bit more would be a goal this year. Is that a big role for you, trying to get the deep ball?
Well, yeah, for sure. Just being a bit by the receiver, just going out there and make big plays. That's really just my main focus is just being explosive, making explosive plays, and just changing the game with my natural talents.
What would that look like for you training-wise in the summer to be able to heighten that part of your game?
I'd say just working on my speed, getting down the field, stacking defenders, using body on body, just being a bigger physical route receiver, kind of how I was my freshman year blocking. So I'm gonna kind of use that and using running my routes and using technique.
How does the staff kind of go about working with both like the basic fundamentals of being out there, but also perfecting like new techniques?
I say it's kind of the old stuff we were using. I mean, we still kind of use it, but we have new techniques because we always have something new every time we go into meetings that we can go out there. But every time we go out there on the practice field, you always learn something new from different people. So it's like every day to day you learn new things.
So you're taking kicks too. How much of a competition does that feel like right now?
I mean, we all, we all kind of make it a competition. Whoever the fastest, whoever can read holes like that. But I really feel like, I have great vision as a kick returner, so I feel like I'd be very successful back there.
Do you think Coach McDonald enjoys throwing those giant bouncy balls at you guys?
Me and Coach Jill, he always tell us go out there and have fun. It's football. It's meant to have fun. You always got to be so serious. So that's his big thing: to go out there, smile, have fun, and enjoy playing football.
I got to ask, what's McCray doing out there with kick return with you guys? He doesn't look like any of you.
It's like McCray he's a running back, so obviously he has great vision. So he can get back there and run too. They like McCray slow. He's just a bigger body. So I wouldn't mind seeing him back there returning kids to give me a little break on the side. After I just scored a touchdown in the series before, stuff like that.
Has versatility become a strength of this group? Coach McDonald talked yesterday about your ability to play inside.
Yeah, for sure. He wanted me. Just being in the offense for my first year, he wanted me to just understand the offense, just learn it, because he already knows I'm a little bit slower learner than others. So he just wanted me to learn it outside first. And now that it's my second year in the offense, I feel like I can play any position, including running back, tight end, quarterback. I can play anything. So that's how much I understand the offense at this point.
Are there some other guys in the room like that who can play different positions?
Yeah, that's kind of his main focus right now, because just coming that we got 3 returning starters. We're gonna be tired. We're gonna run a lot of plays. So he just like to have backup players that can play every position. So that's his main focus, is not only learning one position, but learning the whole entire offense so that everybody can learn.
If I could get one more about the kick returner. I've heard Coach Disher's meetings are pretty engaging. Yeah. What stands out about those, and maybe just him in particular and what he brings?
Coach Dish, he's just a very energized person. He starts off every meeting yelling, because we meet early in the morning, so a lot of times he look at us, a lot of us kind of down, tired a little bit. He knows what to do to get us up and going though. But I say Coach Dish, he's a great coach. He knows exactly what he's doing, and we all believe in his system.
We can't let you go without telling us about Malik Elzy.
Oh, yeah.
Buzzworthy player, obviously.
For sure.
What have you seen from
Malik, he's a great player. You know, I was kind of telling him what his role could be at University of Illinois, how I got on the field starting as a freshman. So I'm just kind of showing him the way, kind of treat him not so much like the little brother, but I'm also showing him the way, giving him different techniques that Coach McDonald taught me as a freshman. But Malik's going to have an awesome season, including with the rest of the freshmen that came in.
Coach McDonald talked to us about your freshman year. It seemed like instantly you knew if I'm physical and I block, I'll get on the field. Was that your mentality?
Oh yeah, of course. I know coming into the Big Ten, you know, this is a big run conference, so I knew I had to be a very, very physical route receiver. But like I told him, I'll do anything to get on the field because you know I just love football. I want to learn the speed of the game, so that's what I did.
From your perspective as an older guy now, is there a lesson to be learned there for Malik's and Collins of the world to go? You know, if you do the dirty work, you'll get on the field.
Yeah, that's what I say. I mean, Coach Gio always tell us you made the touchdown block, you're gonna get rewarded with your own. So I just always tell the young guys, you know, just how I got on the field, what exactly I did to get on the field, so they could do the same thing.
The role was a lot of blocking that first year, but how important was that to kind of build on for yourself?
I mean, I say it was pretty important because, you know, I'm not really a selfish person. You know, I do anything to help the team out. So I knew that blocking, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with blocking. It's a part of football, and I know that I make my big-time plays when I needed to.
If I could just, Coach Gio talked about, like, early in your freshman year, before you maybe found that way onto the field, like practice squad, some of the defensive players would come up and say, like, hey, you got to get Pat
over there. Yeah, I mean, I say just – I was never really that type of guy. They told me to go out on the scout team, just go over there and make the defense better. So, I mean, that's what I did. I went over there, did my thing. The coaches would always tell me, like, Pat, you don't need to be over here no more. You messing up our defense. You know, I had them reloading a lot, doing stuff like that. But I didn't really have no problem with it because at the same time, I was developing as a young receiver as well as making our defense better.
How much did that kind of reinforce maybe your belief, like to hear the coaches say, like, you don't need to be over here anymore?
I mean, it was pretty good to hear, you know, especially as a freshman coming into a Division I school like this. But I mean, I never really got big-headed. I just took it as motivation and just kept doing what I always do.
Pat, we sometimes forget that this is Isaiah's third year as a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Like, what have you seen from his development and his work ethic that has kind of made you buy into what he's doing out there?
I mean, honestly, when I first got in, I kind of seen his work ethic. It was over the top. So he kind of took me under his wing. We started doing the same kind of things. I mean, in the offseason, we was training every day, all day, just trying to develop as wide receivers. And also, I was trying to learn a little of his position, so I was just learning little techniques and stuff he used as an inside receiver. So we were really just helping each other develop as wide receivers.
How did you go about adding that inside part of your game? Like, what would the summer look like in terms of studying and just making?
Oh yeah, I definitely, like I said, me and Isaiah worked real hard just to help get me to understand. I mean, at the beginning, I was a little tempted to it because I felt like it had made me confused in the offense. But once I learned the whole entire offense, he taught me ways to remember plays and stuff like that. I feel like I had no problem developing in the slot.
When you have, go ahead, Joe.
I just want to, like, how did that develop? Do you feel like that developed you as a receiver to now add like another?
Oh yeah, for sure. Just being in the slot, of course, gives you more routes, more options. Being on the outside allows me to be a bigger body route receiver, but being on the inside allows me to use my finesse, get open quick, get the ball in space, have different one-on-one opportunities, mismatches with smaller nickels and stuff like that. I mean, that'll help tremendously because it'll be hard to guard me.
When you do have three starters coming back, what's that do for the kind of the continuity of the offense? You guys know what each other are going to do when you're running a combination of routes. Does that help? And how much does it help Luke also to have the veterans?
Yeah, okay. So obviously we know the offense, we know the ins and the outs. I mean, how long does it take? What drops they're taking on certain plays. So I mean, we always work hand in hand with the quarterback, especially after practice, just getting extra reps in. So that's our main focus, is learning the whole entire offense, not only what we doing, but what drops the quarterback's taking, what read we are in their progression, and just communicating with the quarterback every time we come to the sideline. One of our biggest keys this summer.
How hard was it to adapt to, you get here, okay, you learn an offense, now they get a new offensive coordinator, you gotta learn another one. Was that intimidating for you, or did you feel like you had the basis of figuring out how to do it after your freshman year?
Yeah, after my freshman year, I learned a couple of tactics and different things that helped me understand the first offense we were in. So I knew coming into the second offense, I mean, after watching that UTSA game, I kind of knew what kind of offense Coach Lennon would be running. And I was kind of like, coming from high school, that's kind of how offense was, just learning signals and stuff like that. So I knew different ways to understand signals, to find different ways to remember what route concept I got on which play just based off what the signal was.
From your perspective, is that maybe one of the more underrated things
What's
about
that?
coming in and playing receiver at college, is just being able to get
Learn the
learn the
plays.
playbook?
Yeah, that's what I always tell the freshmen. Like all this whole summer, I had them in there, all the freshmen in there. Just even if they knew the plays, we were still going over all the plays just to make sure they understood it. Because I know I was a freshman at that point, and I know exactly what they're going through. So I told them the main focus for them. I mean, you're going to develop as a wide receiver, but your main focus right now should be understanding the play so you can get out on the field and make something happen.
Not to give away the whole offense or anything, but are there a lot of plays where the quarterback and the wideout have to make the same read? And is that something that progressed for you guys in the spring with Luke?
I say like it's really. I mean, we run our routes. I mean, it's really on the quarterback and the play call to develop our reads, and it's also on the defense where coverage is there in too. So it's not really so much the running back. I mean, the receiver quarterback connection is more like the play concept and what the defense is running.
Gotcha.